What's up guys, my name is Khan and we're back today in Scrap Mechanic, and as you can see we are not the same character anymore. We have this awesome custom character mod. Now this is created by a few people. First off, we have to thank Lord Payne. He's been working really hard in Scrap Mechanic to create all sorts of custom assets for the terrain editor, including a custom 3D Con model which is in the Scrap Mechanic game now. And if you download the Con wheel mod, you can see the Con model, but then Durf took that model and put it onto a character's head with the help of MJM. So I have all three of those guys to thank for creating this awesome Con character, which is just fantastic. I absolutely love it. And it's actually created on the female character body. So during Multiplayer Monday, you can still see all the other guys that aren't in the Con costume, and you can very distinctly tell which one is now me in the Multiplayer Monday video. So that's just really awesome. I thank you guys so much. And today we're actually looking at more of Lord Payne's custom assets, which are a little bit difficult to install. It's kind of like installing old mods, but you have to do a few things and a few text files. So I'll include the link to his videos in the description down below. If you want to download his assets, it's a lot easier to go to his video. He's got all the links there. He explains it really well, how to go through it step by step and to install these assets. For example, if you want to use this asset here. So we've got this awesome fenced in area, and you can probably see inside the fenced in area we've got a loop, we've got a hill, and of course we've got a roller coaster. So this is an awesome asset, and these track pieces are actually terrain pieces, so they're like rocks and trees and stuff. So part of what Lord Payne's been working on are these track pieces, and he's built this track. I didn't go and build my own track yet. I'd like to, but you can see there each one is very carefully lined up. He's got the loop alternating over. Just really well done and really cool. I encourage you guys to go check this out and download it. Really cool. I mean, it does take a little bit to install it. Again, you've got to copy game files and stuff like that, but it's really rewarding. So I went and took his custom assets and I built this roller coaster. Now, the roller coaster does use the mod pack, just again for, oh, nope, can't put it on there. We got to put it on the track, and we got to just drop it through there. Perfect. So it does use the mod pack for thrusters, so it does use 4 thrusters in the front of each car to power them, and the cars have 4 seats in them right in front of these buttons. So you can see there your guy kind of squishes into the corners a little bit, but he holds onto the bar pretty nicely, and you could have 2 people in each car, and every car has a button to control the thrusters. We could set this up automatically with sensors. You'll see with the terrain in Scrap Mechanic, there's some glitches where sometimes your vehicle bounces a little bit on the terrain. It happens with cars, and it does happen with the roller coaster. Now, I was actually talking to Lord Payne about this, and he said, which I should have thought of this, I of course didn't, but he said if you take the track pieces and you scale them up in the terrain editor, so let's say a 2x scale, or you know, even a 3x scale if you want to, but a 2x scale, and then you use the 5x1 modded wheels, it gives you a much better result. But you can see here we can just get in the roller coaster, and of course safety first, we've got our helmet on, and we can hold that button, and we can go down these crazy loop. Of course, this tight turn, the tight loops, these are really the ones that that kind of mess with you a little bit. But the roller coaster, you can see it's got 12 wheels per car, so it's got 2 sets of wheels that are holding it in all 3 directions. That keeps it on, and it goes pretty quickly through the track. I think we're on some sort of follow cam. There we go, free camera. And we've got like inverted sections, and again, this is his track. You can take all these terrain assets and make all sorts of custom tracks. So I didn't want to make a custom track for this. I really wanted to focus on trying to make a roller coaster, and you can see through the wider turns it works great. It's just those really tight bank turns and tight sections where it gets difficult. But he does have this tile up on the workshop. Of course, you do need the custom assets if you want to see the track pieces and have the track working. And we can, of course, take this track and make all sorts of courses. So if you guys like this, let me know and in the comments down below. And of course, I will try and make another track piece that, you know, has maybe some gentler turns. Maybe I'll make it double scale so it works better. And we can make all sorts of crazy roller coaster theme park rides. But it is super quick. You can see, I mean, again, we've got thruster powered, so we could, you know, go even faster. But you have to ride that fine balance between glitching out a lot and not glitching at all. And as if you let off the throttle a little bit, it works a little bit better. I didn't automate this one though. We could automate this, you know, put some sensors on the car, have a few memory bits, and trigger the sensors when it gets to the station, for example, to wait for a little bit, and then trigger it again in certain sections to give it full throttle. And I hate the camera. Sometimes the camera just sucks. And, you know, trigger it again at different points in time throughout the track, which would be really cool. But of course, we didn't really do that. I think if we make another roller coaster We'll have to do it at a larger scale so it's a little less glitchy. Make it with really, really wide bank turns, and I'll probably take this roller coaster design, scale it up a little bit, and then, oh, jammed up a little bit there. That's okay, we're good. And take this design, you know, and of course just make it automated. But really, we could just ride this roller coaster forever, and of course we could switch seats. We could ride, we've been riding in the front a little bit. Let's, oh boy, no, get back here. Here we go. Let's get in the back here, and we'll just go full forward again. And there we go. Now, we can ride it in first person, which is pretty awesome. I mean, it doesn't really look like we're holding on to the bar anymore. There, oh boy. Okay, here we go. And down into the loop. See, this tight loop, the cars don't hit each other. I've checked to make sure they're not actually interfering. I know someone's gonna probably say, oh, your cars are just interfering when they tip up. They actually aren't. It's just the way the terrain is calculating all the physics with all the wheels so closely together. And I tried different configurations. Oh boy, that is so cool. I love that section. It would be nice if the camera rotated, even on like strict follow camera. You can see it keeps the camera inverted. Oh, that's nauseating. But I love this track. It is so cool. One of the coolest things, I think. There's also a ton of other cool things in the assets. So a lot of other people have been creating custom assets as well. It's not just Lord Payne, but I noticed on the workshop there are some assets, for example, railroad pieces. So, oh, that was nauseating. But trying to build railroads in Scrap Mechanic has always been a pain, especially when you're trying to use pipe pieces, and it always causes an insane amount of lag. But, you know, with these assets, it's treated as terrain within the game, so technically this track doesn't cause any lag. This vehicle would be the same as if we were driving a 4-segmented vehicle across the ground. And so this kind of opens it up. We could make a really, really large roller coaster as long as we can perfectly mesh the track pieces between one terrain tile and the next terrain tile. So I'm really, really excited about that. Of course, we could make a really long roller coaster on just a large terrain tile. This is a relatively short run, but I'm really, really excited. And I hope you guys, if you do have any ideas and you do have Scrap Mechanic, try downloading his mod and try making your own roller coaster. I know people have loved making roller coasters in Scrap Mechanic. It's always been one of those big things where it's like the impossible task of, can you make a roller coaster that doesn't lag? And a lot of people have tried it. Of course, you can design a car that's better than this as well. My car design is not very good. But honestly, I could ride this for hours. You could also have 15 other friends in your game, which I don't really have. It is kind of funny to me that you see the smoke coming off as if you are driving across the grass. You see the grass being shredded off the track. We'll pull up to the station here, and then we'll just take a look a little bit about how this is built, just so it's really easy for you guys to see. And I will upload this roller coaster itself to the workshop, so if you do download Lord Payne's roller coaster track, you can use my roller coaster on it, but of course you will have to make sure you keep the track at the regular scale. You can also just, you know, make your own tracks, but again, keep it at the regular scale. But really, each car is its own sort of entity. They're very, very simply designed. And so if we look at it, in between each car, we have a 3-way joint. So this can rotate left and right. It can roll the cars independently, and it can pitch the car up and down. And then in the middle of each car, we have another roll bearing. That's this one. And so if we pull out the weld tool, you can see these two halves of the car are completely separate. And you actually need that when you're going through some of the corkscrews, the one corkscrew at the far end of the map, or the bank turns. You need your car to be able to sort of twist slightly. There's not enough play between the wheels. There is enough play when you're going through the loop sections, when you're going like up, but it's again, it's a little bit difficult, but you don't have enough play sideways. And then of course, to connect them all, we just have a couple OR gates. If we lower it down, I think, oh, they might be hidden. Yeah, the OR gates are hidden under the seat, but we just have an OR gate here and an OR gate here. So all the buttons go into an OR gate, which then goes to all the thrusters on every single car. So it's really just quite a simple design, and it just jams on there quite nicely. And we can just get in any seat, and again, just go for another little ride on the roller coaster. Absolutely simple build, really, really fun. Took me a while to get the mechanics right and really try and minimize that bounciness. But I encourage you, again, go to his video, download his roller coaster mod, and download the custom assets. And you can download his track. His track is up on the workshop. And then, of course, you know, try and make your own tracks and really see where we can go. And if you do make your own tracks, let me know in the Discord server and link it. And if you make the track of this scale, let me know. If you make it of a bigger scale, let me know, and I'll try and make a roller coaster that can actually ride on it. I'm really, really having a good time riding on this track. I wish it was longer, and now I'm realizing I should probably go into the tile editor and start making my own. Of course, he also has in his Dropbox the con assets. So he's got, if you want, there is a Dropbox folder there with all the Con assets. The Con character mod isn't public right now. I might make that public eventually, but I think I'll let Durf host that one so we can, you know, let Durf host the downloads for doing all the hard work and putting that mod together. But, you know, I will include a link for the character mod once it's hosted somewhere, but in the meantime, you can download Lord Payne's stuff, and you can download his custom Con assets, as well as the custom Con wheel covers mod, which has the custom Con head that you can put down if, you know, you ever feel like putting a little bit more Con into your scrap mechanic worlds. See, I need to make it go better through that corner. That's the one problem I have, is this tight turn. I think I'm definitely going to have to remake a roller coaster that's larger scale and scale up the track and make my own track, because this is just too much fun to not do it. And have like a crazy track. We can put all sorts of sensor objects around it. Like we could have sensor pieces that, you know, jump out at you, stuff like that. We could do lights, go through dark tunnels, all sorts of crazy stuff. So again, put your suggestions down in the comments down below. And while you're at it, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And of course, go check out Lord Payne. Tell him I sent you. Check the link in the description below. And if you have Scrap Mechanic, this is one of the mods you definitely have to try out. And we're going to go up through the loop. Here we go. Whoa, there's my camera going all messy. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.